Welcome to WeeStars Stories. In today's episode, we're diving into a fun and exciting tale called The Lion, the Mouse, and the Sleepy Bear. It's packed with adventure, humor, and a heartwarming lesson about kindness and teamwork. Stick around because we'll also do speaking exercises, a listening quiz, and learn some cool new words. Ready to begin? Let's jump into the story. Once upon a time, in a lush green forest buzzing with life, there lived a tiny but curious mouse named Max. Max was known for his courage despite his small size. In a cave nearby, a massive bear named Barry had been hibernating for months. Barry's snores echoed through the forest, loud enough to shake the leaves off the trees. All winter long, Max couldn't sleep because of Barry's rumbling snores. He tried stuffing his ears with leaves, hiding under rocks, and even sleeping by the river, but nothing worked. When summer finally arrived, Max decided he'd had enough. He scampered up to Barry's cave and shouted. But Barry kept snoring, louder than ever. Frustrated, Max came back with a shiny bugle and blew into it with all his might. The forest animals watched in awe, but Barry didn't even flinch. As Max trudged through the forest, weary and frustrated, he stumbled upon his friends, Ruby the rabbit and Sammy the squirrel. Noticing his downcast expression, Ruby tilted her head and asked,
"What's wrong, Max? You look miserable."
It's Barry. He's still snoring, and I can't take it anymore.
Sammy rubbed his chin thoughtfully.
Why don't you ask Leo, the lion, for help? His roar is so loud, it can wake anyone.
Max hesitated. Everyone knew Leo was fierce and temperamental. But with no other options, Max gathered his courage and made his way to the lion's den. When he arrived, Leo was sprawled outside his cave, basking in the sun. Max gulped and approached cautiously, but he accidentally stepped on a twig. Snap! Leo's golden eyes snapped open, and he growled in a low, thunderous voice.
Who dares disturb my nap?
Max hesitated, his voice trembling.
It's me, Max the Mouse. I need your help to wake up Barry the bear.
Leo laughed, his deep voice rumbling like thunder.
You? A tiny mouse asking for my help? Why should I waste my time?
Max's ears drooped, but before he could reply, Leo scratched his side furiously. Then his back. Then his neck. The mighty lion was itching uncontrollably. Max's tiny voice quivered with concern as he asked,
What's wrong, Your Majesty?
None of your business.
Leo snapped, trying to hide his discomfort. Max's sharp eyes caught something small and dark leaping through Leo's fur. He gasped and exclaimed,
You've got fleas.
Leo froze, embarrassed.
What? Impossible! I'm the king of the forest.
Max smiled.
Don't worry, I can help.
Before Leo could object, Max climbed onto his back. With his tiny paws, he began picking out the fleas one by one. It was no easy task. Leo kept twisting and turning, trying to itch against a tree. But Max stayed determined. Finally, after what felt like hours, Max declared,
All done.
Leo shook himself and sighed in relief.
The itching is gone. Thank you, Max.
He looked at the tiny mouse and added,
I misjudged you. You're braver and more helpful than I thought.
Max grinned.
Now will you help me wake Barry?
Leo nodded.
Hop on my back. Let's go.
When they arrived at Barry's cave, the snoring was louder than ever. Leo took a deep breath and let out the loudest roar the forest had ever heard. The ground trembled, birds flew from the trees, and Barry bolted upright.
What's happening? Is it an earthquake? Is it summer?
Barry mumbled, looking around in confusion. All the forest animals burst into laughter. Max and Leo joined in, their laughter echoing through the forest. From that day on, Barry stopped snoring so loudly, and Leo and Max became the unlikeliest of friends. And that brings us to the end of our exciting story about Max, Barry, and Leo. What a fantastic journey of courage, cleverness, and friendship. But wait, before we move on, let's take a moment to think about what we've learned from this tale. Every story has a lesson, right? Let's talk about the moral of today's story. Here's the important lesson we can take away. Even the smallest among us can make a big difference. Max the mouse might have been tiny, but his courage, kindness, and determination helped solve a huge problem. And it also teaches us not to judge someone by their size or appearance. Great things come in small packages. When we work together and treat each other with respect, incredible things can happen.
Now that we've learned the lesson, let's practice speaking some fun sentences from the story. It's time for our speaking exercise. Just listen to each sentence and repeat after me. Ready? Let's go! Max is a small mouse with a big heart. Now, your turn, repeat after me. Max is a small mouse with a big heart. Great start! Let's try another sentence. Barry the bear was hibernating through the winter. Repeat after me. Barry the bear was hibernating through the winter. Excellent! Let's keep going! Leo the lion was the king of the forest. Your turn. Leo the lion was the king of the forest. Well done! You're doing great! Here comes the next one. Max used a bugle to wake Barry up. Repeat after me. Max used a bugle to wake Barry up. Fantastic! Let's move to the next one. Max was brave enough to help Leo. Your turn. Max was brave enough to help Leo. Awesome! You're halfway there. Leo had fleas that made him itch all over. Repeat after me. Leo had fleas that made him itch all over. Good job! Let's try another one. Leo roared loudly to wake Barry the bear. Repeat after me. Leo roared loudly to wake Barry the bear. You're doing amazing. Keep it up. Barry was confused when he woke up from hibernation. Your turn. Barry was confused when he woke up from hibernation. Almost there, this is the last one. Max and Leo became good friends after their adventure. Repeat after me. Max and Leo became good friends after their adventure. Fantastic! You've done an amazing job practicing. Keep it up, and you'll become a great speaker in no time. Great job with the speaking exercise. Now it's time to test your listening skills. Are you ready for the Listening Comprehension Quiz? I'll ask a question, and you'll hear 4 choices. Listen carefully and choose the correct answer. Let's begin. Listen carefully to the story and answer the following questions. Why couldn't Max sleep during winter? A. He was scared of the dark. B. Barry's snoring was too loud. C. It was too cold in the forest. D. He stayed awake guarding his food. The correct answer is B. Barry's snoring was too loud. Max couldn't sleep because Barry's snoring echoed through the forest all winter long. What did Max use to try to wake Barry the first time? A. A drum. B. A bugle. C. A trumpet. D. A loud bell. The correct answer is B. A bugle. Great job if you got it right. Max tried blowing a shiny bugle with all his might to wake Barry, but it didn't work. Let's move on to the next question. Who suggested that Max ask Leo for help? A. Ruby and Sammy. B. Barry the bear. C. The other forest animals. D. No one. Great job! The correct answer is A. Ruby and Sammy. They were the ones who suggested that Max ask Leo for help. Well done! How did Max accidentally wake Leo up? A. By blowing the bugle too close to him. B. By stepping on a twig. C. By shouting his name. D. By throwing a rock. The correct answer is B. By stepping on a twig. Max accidentally woke Leo when he stepped on a twig, which made a loud snap and disturbed the lion's nap. What was Leo doing when Max approached him? A. Hunting for food. B. Sleeping outside his cave. C. Playing with other lions. D. Roaring to scare other animals. The correct answer is B. Sleeping outside his cave. Max found Leo resting peacefully in front of his den, completely unaware of what was coming next. Why was Leo scratching himself? A. He had fleas. B. He was injured. C. He was allergic to something. D. He was trying to remove dirt. The correct answer is A. He had fleas. Leo was scratching himself because he had fleas jumping around in his fur. Max noticed this and helped Leo by picking out the fleas one by one. Great listening! Let's move on to the next question. What did Max do to help Leo? A. Gave him a special potion. B. Picked out the fleas from his fur. C. Called other animals to assist. D. Took him to the river to wash. Great job listening! The correct answer is B, picked out the fleas from his fur. Max bravely helped Leo by picking out the fleas, even though Leo was a bit grumpy at first. Nice work, everyone! How did Leo finally wake Barry up? A. By shaking him. B. By roaring loudly. C. By splashing water on him. D. By blowing the bugle. The correct answer is B. By roaring loudly. Leo used his powerful roar to wake up Barry, shaking the entire forest and finally getting him out of his deep sleep. What was Barry's reaction when he woke up? A. He was happy. B. He was confused. C. He was angry. D. He went back to sleep. The correct answer is B. He was confused. When Barry woke up, he didn't know what was happening, and he was unsure if it was summer or an earthquake. His confusion made everyone laugh, including Max and Leo. What is the main lesson Leo learned from Max? A. Small creatures can be brave and helpful. B. It's important to sleep soundly. C. Snoring is a serious problem. D. Always stay away from fleas. And the correct answer is A. Small creatures can be brave and helpful. Max the Mouse showed us that no matter how small you are, you can still make a big difference by being brave and helping others. Well done, everyone!